Sacramento, the Kings playing host to a Western Conference affair here in the capital of California. And right now, the Rockets, they'd like to start this road trip off on a positive note. Well, compared to last season, you'd have to say the start to this season has not been quite what you'd expect. They hope to improve their record with the win tonight, certainly.
And I think for the Rockets, they're not in a good place right now as a ball club. After the success of last year.
Kings leading now by 3.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And he gets the bucket.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Here's Rondo. Plays it in off the breakaway. Rondo's got his first 2 points.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone. Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
On the wing, Thornton. Out to the wing. Screen by Jones. Kicks to Brewer. Beyond the arc. That's good. Brewer's got his first 3 points of the game.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still...
They can't guard us on the perimeter. But spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Gabe. He had a strong showing last season. Last year averaged 21 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And you know that's what stars do.
Oh, wow. That's right, baby. That's right. And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Kings.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And keep an eye on the three-point shooting because that has been a factor as well. If they can maintain that current form, they can be successful.
Inside, here's Moniunas. Got a hand on it, and they're able to recover. And they get it back. And at last, they get one to fall.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
The Rockets pull it in. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have. You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And that one's good. Freak.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And Beverly kicks to Jones. That's tipped.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
McLemore dishes to Rondo. Here's Freak. Coming off a solid outing against Phoenix. That's good.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
Count that one.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Kings leading now by 7. And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverley, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Stolen by Beverley. An even 3-on-3 break. That's tipped and stolen by Freak. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
You know, talking about Beverley, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverley's toughness on defense particularly.
And going back to the one thing with Patrick Beverley, his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor.
There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Casspi got his first points of the game.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Beverley, it's rebounded by McLemore. Kings leading now by 10. And he lobs it up toward the rim and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Houston's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Now here's Beverley. There's a screen by Motiejunas. And the basket by Thornton. Here's Rondo. From deep. No good on that last second attempt there. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Kings ahead, up by 7. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver Nugget team.
We do have a team type of game. You know, everybody is scoring spread out, rebounding, everything spread out. So, you know, even from the bench, it's definitely a team type game.
Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs. And Ty Lawson, platoon swap here for Sacramento. Houston with a big group substitution here. Motiejunas is checked in for Jones. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Ty Lawson. Sosa, he's in at 3. Casspi is out there with Cauley Stein. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's McLemore at the 2 guard. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Houston's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. In the corner, it's Brewer. The offensive rebound. Howard's shot is good. Howard's got 9.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And a wide-open look for Freak. No good. The Rockets go the other way with it. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Guys, they deserve a lot of credit for not losing focus and letting one slip away. They came to play every time, and I expect that'll be the case tonight.
Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
That's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
Cauley-Stein with the screen for Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. Knocked away. Brewer with the steal.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
They set the screen. Dishes it to Casper. Misses the 3. Last game for the Kings, they picked up the W against the Suns.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Beverly against Rondo. Now here's Beverly. Defense is right there. And the pass to Brewer. All alone. Misses off the left iron.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Now McLemore. Sosa the pass to Cauley-Stein. Lock at 6. Freak kicks to Rondo. No good on the 3. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Beverly dishes to Brewer. Back to Beverly. He kicks it to Brewer. Houston moving it around. Doubled by Sosa. And a wide open look for Thornton. Drills it from outside. Thornton's got 8 points.
Even double team, he had the vision to see the open man.
Rondo passes to Sosa. Brewer with the steal. And so we wrap up the first half. Rockets lead by 8. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Dwight Howard. And Dwight, you looked really strong so far tonight. What's been your approach?
I'm just trying to play with a lot of energy. I'll do the best I can on the defensive end to help my teammates out. Most hard.
Dwight, thank you so much. Kevin, one of the most intimidating defenders in the league.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to watch him when he's at the helm, because of that first half, offensively, he was in a zone.
It sure is a treat to watch him, guys. I mean, everything's been running through him, and he's doing a fantastic job keeping the offense clicking on all cylinders.
Here's Collison.
And former coach of the year.
Here is Harden. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. Ty Lawson third. And, of course, Rajon Rondo.
You know, these two guys served up room service dimes all season long. I mean, they set it up nicely for their teammates, and as a result, their teammates got plenty of easy baskets.
Teardrop shot, and it's Freak missing. And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl Gregg on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Karl.
As did his son, Kobe.
That's right. That's right. It was a family affair.
And Beverly kicks to Harden. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
The offensive rebound. Count that one. 8 points for Willie Cauley-Stein.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
On the wing, Harden. Guarded by McLemore. Harden, that's good.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Rondo kicks to Freak. Goes up on the wing. Again, Sacramento. Rockets leading by 9. Harden with a screen on Rondo. Here's Beverly. Sacramento grabs the miss. Cauley-Stein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Freak. Releases. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Rockets have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. And that one's good. Beverly. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And here's Freak. 18 points for him. Caspi loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Caspi's got his 2nd basket of the night. Houston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. It's Harden with the drive. Goes up again. Leaves the dishes to Beverly. Jones, the pass to Brewer. Offline with his 3.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
And McLemore kicks to Caspi. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Sosa from 13 feet. It goes down. Freak's got 20.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
The shot is off, and Houston the other way now.
And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida, remember won those 2 national championships, teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
Cauley-Stein with the screen for Freak. Pass to Cauley-Stein.
You know, guys, in a draft that had a lot of top-tier big men as the top picks, Willie Cauley-Stein is a little bit the forgotten man, if you will. But he can be a very impactful player.
And then for Sacramento, Freak comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Houston also making some changes. Monty Eunice is checked in for Ariza. Harden comes in for Brewer. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Marcus Thornton.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Rockets.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well,
him.
you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on. and clearly were dominant in every area.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
No surprise here, just a big-time. Performance for James Harden. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Allison runs the point with McLemore at the 2. Freak is out there with Caspi. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. And that one's good.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
Feeds to Moniunas. Back to Lawson. So we see Houston taking the W here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Forget about that one.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, James, no doubting a terrific win. Given the tough battles out here tonight and the competitive nature of this matchup, what does this win mean to you?
It meant a lot. We wanted to come out here and play with some energy. Guys made shots defensively. It was a gutsy win for us.
Mission accomplished, James. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him, and it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V-G-G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You can see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei.
If we can set the tone with the win here, it'll make a huge difference. The team's ready, and I know I'm ready. So I guess the next step is to just get out there and get it done. I feel like this one's on me, though. So time to earn my stripes.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. For the Minnesota Timberwolves earlier this season, they were the winning team in the last matchup against Sacramento.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Now Sacramento starting 5. They've got Collison. Rudy Gay is out there with Quincy Ace. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Cousins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now the Sacramento Kings weren't exactly road toughened last season, but they did have Clark some impressive stints.
Yeah, they were excellent in terms of scoring the ball. No problem at all putting up points. Their road defense was a different story.
Here's Wiggins. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Now we're talking. He abused the defender off the dribble and then just was able to glide in for the layup.
The drive by Collison. Dishes it to AC. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the Knicks in New York.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own heads, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
Slams it home for the putback.
That kind of putback turns a simple rebound into a highlight play.
He assaulted the glass, you're right, then assaulted the rim.
Yeah, straight bringing the hard hat on that one. That's what you like to see on the backboard. And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Outside Collison. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter basketball. Lepekovic comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Muhammad in for Martin. Freaks checked in for Sacramento. Rondo comes in for Darren Collison. Here's Sosa. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And we get a moment to check out the team's scoring leaders, the Kings in second.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Muhammad. Feeds it to Wiggins. There's a screen. Here's Rubio. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, I tell you what, Ricky Rubio has everything you want out of a player except one thing. He has to learn to shoot it better. Rubio can defend, he can pass, he can lead a team, but until he becomes a better shooter, I think he's going to short-circuit his potential.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And back to Ricky Rubio for a moment, who certainly is at the hub of what this team does averaging over 8 assists a game for his career through last season. If he can stay healthy, gain some weight, this is a guy to watch.
It really is. And listen, they're also built now for him because they got those great athletic wings. And if he can shoot it a little bit better, I mean, I think he's going to have more opportunities to spread the floor and drive and make plays. And for his first 4 seasons in the league, never hit over 38%. That's not going to get it done at the highest level.
Here's Towns after Rajon Rondo's bucket. And here we go. Fast break. McLemore's got it. And a wide open look for Freak. No good with the triple.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time. Getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Now, here's Rubio. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against... the Knicks in New York.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Now here's Freak. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Freak with it. He's coming off a... .5 game against Houston.
And also 3 steals. So he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Minnesota. Miller comes in for Ricky Rubio. And a change for the Kings. Cauley Steins checked in. And here's Gay outside. And that one's good. Gay's got 5 now.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Muhammad. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York. Shot clock at 6. And it's blocked by Sosa. They recover it. On offense, here are the Kings. They're on an 11-3 run right now. From 15 feet away, the rebound by Pekovic. Timberwolves trail by 7. 4-on-3 break. The 15-footer. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. 9 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Here's Sosa. The baseline jumper goes down.
Keep it up.
And the Kings lead by 7.
Kevin, gorgeous. Just fade away there. I mean, that's one way to beat some tight defense.
Miller kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Muhammad. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
Over the last 10 games, you can see where the Timberwolves rank in the league. First in blocks, first in free throw percentage. And they're in the top 10 in rebound. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
And going back to that top ranking in terms of block shots, for me, it's been pure dominance. Defensively, they have such great presence around the rim, and at times, that gets in your head.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Minnesota and stolen by Miller. With the floater, Sacramento grabs the miss. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
From deep, Prince, and the shot is good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't deep. Him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Kings leading now by 4. The drive by Rondo. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. One thing you can say about Rajon Rondo's career, he's come up big in the biggest of games, had 6 steals in the closeout game that gave Boston its 17th championship. Remember that back in 2008 for Coach Doc Rivers.
I really do. And after that Boston win in the series against the Lakers, Phil Jackson called Rondo the star of Game 6. Everyone had always talked about the Big 3 in Boston. That year, it was the Big 4.
That free throw missing.
Rajon Rondo, guys, really needs to operate in a system that's point guard centric. He needs the ball to be effective. Pushing it, driving, dishing. When he has to play off the ball, that's when trouble starts.
That one misses. And for Rondo, he's almost a throwback at the point, fearlessly taking it to the hole, getting knocked down, and getting right back up to fight another round. The thing maybe against him right now is what kind of guy, influence, what is he like on a team, and how does he affect it?
That's a great point. And also nowadays in the NBA, there's more of a premium on shooting and spacing. So it's going to be up to Rondo to adjust to that new style. That's going to be the question. Can he make that transition?
Well said. And he gets it to go. And now just a 2-point Kings lead.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, there's success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Here's Miller. The Kings getting the bucket. Prince outside. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Shot clock at 5. Knocks it loose and stolen by Freak. 4-on-3 break. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Muhammad.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Keep fighting.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
And both free throws good from Freak. Well, Greg, it would work out for Minnesota with all those losses. They got the lucky bounce, Clark, and the #1 pick in the draft.
And you know, it's the first time in a long time that the worst team in the league actually got the top pick in the draft, allowed Minnesota to add another great young big to complement Rookie of the Year, Andrew Wiggins.
Now, here is Miller. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Prince misses.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Just 4 seconds left to play in the first quarter. No good. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Kings lead by 9. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to sit down with my family and weigh the options and really take the time to figure out what's best for me. It was tough. I mean, I loved my team, my coaches, and just the whole college experience, you know. But on the other hand, there's always a risk of injury, you know. I just felt like I was ready to take my game to the next level, so why wait? And I think it turned out for the best. No regrets.
Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case in the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for developing all 4 years in college when that's the best route for an individual player. Nowadays, I think, unfairly so, there's a ton of pressure on young guys sometimes to leave prematurely. We'll see if Freak's decision pays off for him long term.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching for the Kings, guys.
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and, you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Sacramento, Collison is out there. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Garnett. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Tayshaun Prince. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Here's the alley-oop. And stolen by Jang. Miller outside. Down low. Here's Wiggins. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
It seems like every shot these guys have been putting up has been going in. This month's top shooters. Fourth, Freak.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
Kings leading now by 13. Outside Rondo.
Move the ball.
Softly drops in the floater. Rondo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Kicks to Muhammad. For three. That's good.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
To the inside, Sosa. Rebound by Dang. The Timberwolves have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Muhammad, the pass to Miller. They set the pick. He kicks it to Towns. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Rondo. Inside, Muhammad with the steal. Tries from 10, and again it's Minnesota.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Miller kicks to Wiggins, poked away. Towns dishes to Wiggins. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Well, Andrew Wiggins showed that he's going to be a big-time player in this league, Clark, for a long time.
And we knew Wiggins could attack the basket and create his own shot, Kevin, but I think many, and I'm included in this, were surprised at how good his jumper looks this early in his career. I mean, it's pretty reliable right now.
And the first one at the line is good.
And with Wiggins' game, he has a nice jumper for a player his age. As he grows in the league, he'll become more and more comfortable shooting from deep. He'll be nearly impossible to guard when he adds a consistent three-point shot.
Good. Cauley-Stein's got his first bucket of the night.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter. And, you know, with Wiggins, it just isn't all about his ability to score. Showed a real knack for making the unselfish play, too. Understands how to work as a unit to create shots and gets to the right spot on the floor. His potential is unlimited.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
4 on the clock, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more. Kings leading now by 8. Rondo passes to Sosa. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team. A good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for him. One of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Playing a physical brand of basketball so far, and those trips to the foul line have been very effective.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
Well, guys, in the NBA, you learn things by doing them in game-time action. And Andrew Wiggins had plenty of time to learn on the job. He was second in the league in minutes played last season, only behind James Harden.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Miller kicks to Muhammad. He dishes it to Wiggins. There's 1:47 left to play here in the second quarter. And the shot is good. Looking over the numbers again, Greg, Wiggins logged a ton of minutes as a rookie. Over 36 minutes a game, Clark. That led all rookies in the NBA.
And how about leading everybody in the league in minutes played after the All-Star break, Kevin? Almost 40 minutes a game is what he averaged after the All-Star break. Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Freak. He's got 8 points and some big-time defense with the 3 steals, too. He's given them a lot with his passing and with his defensive work.
How about the activity of those hands here today?
And the first one drops.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunity.
And both free throws good from Freak.
You know, when you're bad or struggling in the West, things can go south in a hurry. I mean, the Wolves ended with the worst record in the league last year at 16-66, and a lot of those losses came in their conference.
Wiggins outside. Can't get it to go. Gay with the defensive effort. Kings leading now by 10. He feeds it to Freak. 1:02 left in the first half. 5 to shoot. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Freak's got 6 points in the quarter. Well, last season the Wolves did struggle in conference, as was expected. 7-45 against the rest of the Western Conference.
Listen, nothing harder in sports than learning how to win. And there's no doubt that Minnesota took a lot of lumps as a young team last season. 3 of those conference wins that you mentioned, though, did come against playoff teams. So there's that little silver lining of hope.
Miller, no luck. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Shot's good by Gay.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Miller with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Muhammad. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Muhammad's got 9.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Rondo dishes to Freak. Minnesota with the rebound.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's Sacramento. They lead by 12. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm here with Kevin Garnett. And Kevin, how does this team navigate the ups and downs and pressure to come out and win games like this one that you're in the middle of here tonight?
Nothing's easy. You know, we do it together. We don't do it individually. And when we do, we look bad. But when we do it together, we look pretty darn good.
KG, thank you for the time. Guys, he's always preaching team.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
How about Wiggins in this one? 19 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4.
new look on the floor for Minnesota. Timberwolves trail by 12. They've got Zhang. Miller is out there with Muhammad. And there's Pekovic. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Muhammad. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Outside Rondo. Shot clock at 5. In the corner, it's McLemore. Puts it up. Here's Cauley Stein. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Nikola Pekovic. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
Guys, they've done a nice job of drawing countless fouls in this game. And as a result, they've gotten a ton of points at the line.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And last season, really a tale of two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
Inside, here's Prince. So he gets the... Whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Tayshaun Prince, one of the ultimate Velcro guys. I mean, he's been in the league a long time. The consummate pro, as detailed, steady, and unflappable as they come.
And back to Tayshaun Prince for a moment. So much big game experience, a championship in 04 with the Pistons. That has to rub off on a team when you have a guy like that around in the locker room, on the floor. He's seen it all.
You know, it's a great point. And whether it's in games or practice or even in the locker room, his presence adds continuity. It's like having an extra coach looking out for the younger players.
Here's the teardrop. So the whistle blows. On the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in, yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
And back to Pekovic at the free throw line. Clark, he has consistently been around 75% for his career.
And Kevin, last season he got that number up to 84%. And he also gives you really good effort in the paint on both ends of the floor.
Such a wide open look. 10 points for Prince. Kings leading now by 11. Now here's Freak. 12 points for him. And he gets the bucket.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Zhang, a screen. Pekovic passes to Muhammad. Here's Dang. Second shot opportunity, and Muhammad gets it to go. Muhammad's got 13 points.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and That allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Cauley-Stein with the screen for Freak. And the pass to Caspi. The dish to McLemore. Rondo kicks to Freak. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Freak. And the rejection by Chang. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Rudy Gay's checked in for Sacramento. Timberwolves trail by 11. Miller dishes to Muhammad. So it's Sacramento picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline.
Gentlemen, I'm here with Darren Collison. And Darren, what does it show about your team that you can come right back after a tough loss and get the win like you did here tonight?
It shows that we're resilient.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Rajon Rondo.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Boom, boom, boom.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan,
The only color I care about is green, money. Now, you've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money. I'm talking movies, TVs, endorsements, even your own brand Jordan sneakers.
I care about the game first, Dom. All that sounds great, but don't you think it's a little too early to be talking about all that?
Too early? LeBron was 12 years old in 6th grade when he was thinking Space Jam. It's never too early to take and make leaps.
I guess.
You guess? This isn't high school. This isn't college. This is the real world. And the real world is fueled by one thing.
Oh, money.
That's right. Money. Dollar bills, y'all. Why do you think they put presidents on them? Because that's what presides over us. I ever tell you guys about the first dollar I ever made?
No, Dom, but you're about to.
Yo, check this out. CC, this is a great story, right? So I'm 7 years old, Queens, New York, 1973. My older brother, Lonzo, he's got a lemonade stand. So that summer, I'm like, Lonzo, you know, let me help out. Let me make a couple of bucks with you. He's like, all right, Dom, come on. I'll teach you the business. So I'm pouring tons of sugar. I'm squeezing the lemons. I got the lemonade stand all set up. I'm like, yo, I got this, right? So I'm watching during the course of the day. I'm noticing something Lonzo's doing. He's not charging for refills. That summer, I convinced Lonzo no more free refills, and we make $2,000 plus tips. Today, Lonzo's Lemonade is a national brand and publicly traded.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
I'm not here to impress. I'm here to improve and to assist. I'm like the Italian-American Magic Johnson, running point for Team Freak. No.
The only person running point around here will be me.
CC. Look at my watch. What do you see?
Not this again. I've seen the movie.
This is diamonds and platinum. Gold, forget about it. Silver, forget about it. This is diamonds and platinum. It's power and speed. Freak, this is what you have. You are on your way to being the biggest thing in the NBA. I'm proposing now that we dominate off the court as well as on.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Freak, but Dom has a point. You've been establishing yourself on the court, and now it's time to take it off the court. Brand Jordan sneakers, I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Listen, Freak, you're going to have to decide the legacy you want to leave. But I'm not some agent from the Yellow Pages. I'm Dom Pagnotti. I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the king, #1. I'm the best. And I'm a shark. And the Pagnotti shark is working for you. And we got to set new goals and bigger goals, okay? I'm talking all-star game. I'm talking dunk contest. When was the last time you saw an NBA great in a dunk contest, huh? I'm talking first team All-NBA, first team All-Defensive team.
What about social media?
Yvette, great idea. Social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's kick it up a notch. www.freakingandvibing.com. That's right, your own website. I've already set it up for you, and it's running great.
Wait, hold up.
Listen, I'm in negotiations right now on a feature that will allow viewers to watch Freak and only him and his plays during the game.
Yeah, but you set up a website without consulting me?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Last week.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is gonna be epic.
CC, I love you, but I got no time to waste. And you're out there busy doing whatever it is you're doing.
Whatever I'm doing, you know what? I'm really sick and tired of the disrespect. This is Team Freak, not the Dom Pagnotti Italian-American opera.
Cece, calm down, all right? Dom here, he's just trying to take us to the next level.
Look, Ming Ching, I don't even know why you're here when your job is to look good and shut up.
Cece, chill.
No, I'm done chilling. Between your clown agent and your gold-digging girlfriend, I've had enough.
Gold digger? You're the winner of the Lucky Sperm contest, and I'll have you know I am currently starting my own fashion line. I've already got model contracts from Beijing to Milan, not to mention I graduated top of my class. Summa cum laude.
You mean thank you, Laude?
I don't need a man to save me or provide for me, okay? I got my own, boo.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then why has all your success and fame coincided with your relationship with my brother? I mean, if you're really on top of your game, wouldn't that have happened before y'all even met?
Right? You know what, Cece? You're just jealous. It's okay, though. Why don't you just play the background, yeah? Enjoy the ride.
Y'all both done yet?
May I continue? Now listen, as far as movie properties go, I've already got a script based upon a story of your life, Freak, okay? So guys, check out these possible titles. Freaking and Vibing, Life and Times, Volume 1. The Freak Chronicle, Freak the Fast and Furious, Part 1 does it, and this one's my favorite, Freak, you're gonna love this. He got Pagnotti.
Whoa, okay.
You love it,
All
right?
Dom. Yeah, but look, you're the man, but you're not the man. Okay, you work for me. You have to follow my lead. I'm all for your ideas, but in due time. As for now, I want to focus on the court, and we'll discuss some of your ideas at a later date. Understood?
Yo, we're cool in the gang, bro. That's all you had to say.
All right, good. Thank you. Vet, chill. You cannot let Cece get underneath your skin. But on the same token, you cannot go out of your way to piss her off. I don't have time to be playing peacekeeper between you two.
You know what? We need to talk about this afterwards alone.
Fine. Cece, you need to hold this together. You and I both agreed long ago that Dom was the best agent for me. He has delivered. Are his methods questionable? Is he a shark? Yes and yes. But he is our shark. He's what's best for me, which means he is what's best for all of us. Your job is to bring us balance. Manage the team, sis. We all need to be on the same page.
You're right. But blood is thicker than water.
You know, I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm not here to hold hands. I'm here to win games and achieve greatness on and off the court. But in order for that to happen, I need everybody to be on point. Essentially, get right or get gone. Yeah, I don't have time to be teaching you guys how to work together. It either starts now or I find it elsewhere. Squashed?
Squashed.
Zucchini'd.
Mr. Dom Pagnotti. Mr. Diamond and Platinum himself. It's a love-hate relationship.
What do you think about people who see your brother as just a meal ticket?
Well, that's why I'm there. I'm the gatekeeper.